Chapter 16, thoughts about food equals what you do. Okay, first, I want to share a story with you from a client, his experience. He's almost been losing weight for a year, okay? And first of all, nobody compare your story to his, okay? Do not compare yourself to other people, ever. This is his story and his journey. And we all have our own story and our own journey, okay? So here we go. He has lost 48 pounds since May. And he's done this one step at a time. It's by changing his thoughts about food, changing his relationship with food. And he got to go shopping with his almost 4-year-old daughter and his wife to pick out a new shirt. And him telling me about it, I could just picture it. And it sounded so much fun to try on different shirts and have his family be cheering them on. He now wears a size 2XLT, and that is the first time since high school. And maybe he was in high school 16, 17 years ago. So this is a huge shout out to this client, okay? So we all have our own journey. Again, no comparison. Here's a little bit about how he's done this. Him and his wife and his daughter, they used to eat out a lot because we are busy, right? Who has time to cook food? Well, they've changed that belief. They've changed that thought. They're learning planning. They're working together to figure out their food. And he's bought a smoker now, and his wife is like, "Okay, honey, can you please cook dinner?" And all the relatives want to come to the parties at their house now because he's such a good cook. So anyway, he's learning a lot in his journey. But first of all, wherever we are in our journey, we have beliefs, we have habits that are not serving us. That's the reason we're doing what we're doing. So here's one of the things that we can do to create new thoughts, which will create new habits. First, you've got to identify what's not working, okay? And so let's say this is your belief about food. It's a whole bunch of different thoughts. It's like, oh, I totally deserve this. I don't have time. I can get whatever I want. It's not a problem. Whatever your thoughts are, start paying attention to them, right? And you've got that vision of your future self. Okay, so eating out all the time. Yeah, not really working. Now they just eat out once in a while. So we no longer have that belief. How about, yeah, here we go. What are your thoughts about holidays, vacations, work lunches, pro sports games, birthdays, eating out? Okay, whatever your thoughts are about this is what's leading your behavior to do what you do. Okay, so it's looking at those different things. He's a big sports fan. And what is sports? Yeah, food afterwards, right? So now he's choosing what food he eats at these pro sports events. Yeah, and he's making better choices. Okay, so he is building the new him, and he is looking at his beliefs that he has right now one at a time, and he's choosing new ones one step at a time. And so as we look at our thoughts that have created the different things in our life, we start to make this one weaker, and this one over here becomes stronger. Okay, so sometimes we have holidays coming up. You got Mother's Day coming up. There's always the birthdays. Seems like there's always a reason to celebrate, and it usually involves food. So what do you want to start thinking about holidays? Can you still be true to yourself? Yeah, you can. You can do this by planning ahead that when whatever holiday's next, I'm only going to have this, and I'm going to be true to myself and still be committed to what I think is most important. Okay, whatever thought it is you want to work on. And it is slowly, one at a time, deconstructing these thoughts. What is your thoughts about vacation? Over here in the old model, I'm pretty sure most of you are just like, oh, vacation? Totally, I can do whatever I want. What if that's not helpful? What if that's not helping you get the results you want, right? So what if you just had a thought, hey, I'm going on vacation. I can totally have fun eating out and make the best choices possible. Yeah, that's how building the new you. Okay, so whatever your thoughts are that are keeping you stuck, it's analyzing them and becoming aware to help build the new you. And eventually, guess what? Eventually, you're going to keep working on your thoughts, and then it's going to totally fall apart. The old you is totally not going to be there as readily as the new you. Okay, remember that choice? It's always a choice. Now, sometimes our brain wants to go to our old habits, and just notice that that's what your brain's doing, but you always have a choice and that you can go to the new you. Okay, so I just want to use this as an example. We'll just keep the same one. I believe that food is fuel for my body. And I have been working on this for years, my friends, for years. I've studied food. I believe that food is fuel, like I said, and I choose my vegetables. I think they are so important. I choose my water. I choose my exercise. When I go on vacation, my husband knows we're totally going to the grocery store. And yes, I will eat out, but there's going to be good choices. They know to pick a restaurant that I will eat at. And it's just all these beliefs that help build. And this is solid and this is strong because it's repetition. I do this over and over and over. I am true to myself. My relationship with food, I'm in control of, versus the old model that has totally fallen apart. Okay. But the old version of us, food is in control. It is step by step changing your relationship with food so that you can build this new you and create the habits that you want, one step at a time. So look at holidays, look at vacations, look at all these things that are going on all the time, right? And choose thoughts, plan ahead for when these events are happening so that you can be true to you every single day. It's so worth it. You are so worth it.